Alright guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matthew Conger and you're watching The Small Chef 11. And today we're going to be making an Alfredo sauce, which you can use to put on the chicken cordon bleu that I had a video of earlier. And so you can put it on that, or you can make mac and cheese with it, or a lot of other things to do with it. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so there's a classical way of actually making this, and that would be taking an onion puree. And what that means is you take an onion, cut it in half, and take the skin off and put a clove in it. Cloves are expensive, so I really don't have the resources to do that, and also I know a lot of people at home don't have those resources either. So I'm going to show you a little easier way of doing it. It's not going to be as traditional, but this will get you your Alfredo sauce. So it's a little bit different than the traditional way, but same almost process. Alright guys, so let's get started. I have my cheddar cheese, I have my flour, and I have my heavy cream and my butter. So let's get started. Alright guys, so make sure you have your heat to a medium heat, then throw your butter in, let it melt. Alright guys, so my butter is about melted, and I have this over a medium heat. Now we add our flour in. And we stir it all in. Now what's going to happen is, what you're doing is you're making a roux. A roux is just butter and flour, equal parts. We have to let this cook between 2 to 3 minutes. So when it's finished, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so now that we've let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, you don't want it to cook any longer because that makes it become a brown roux. And then you don't want that. You want it to stay a blonde roux, and that's what this is right now. And what the difference is, a blonde roux thickens it more. So add in your heavy cream slowly. Don't add it all at once. And then stir it. It's thickening up again. So once it starts to thicken some more, now it's really thick again, add more heavy cream. And you can add a lot more to it this time, because it has this thickening power. Keep stirring it. Add the rest of your heavy cream. And there we go. And now we're going to let this cook for about another 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it should be ready. Alright, so the thing with the roux is you always have to do hot and cold. So what I mean by that is your roux always has to be hot, and then you can add cold heavy cream or cold milk and it'll thicken it. You cannot do hot roux and hot heavy cream. So let's say you have a soup and you need to thicken it and your soup is hot. You have to make your roux and make that cold and then bring it back out and add it to your soup. Now when you do that is because if you do it hot and hot, what happens is your roux will become chunky. You'll have chunks of flour in your roux. You'll have chunks of flour in your soup or your Alfredo or whatever you're making. So it has to be hot and cold. It has to be direct opposites, never the same. So what we're doing is we're waiting for this to come up to a simmer, and then we'll add our cheese to it. Alright guys, so if, let's say mine's a little thick. If it's too thick, I use too much of a roux. Now to fix that, all you have to do is add a little more heavy cream. So maybe a half cup more and it'll be okay. Alright guys, so now my sauce is coming back almost to a simmer, and it is nappé. If you don't know what nappé is, it is coat the back of the spoon. So nappé will cover the back of the spoon, and just like that, it's not coming off the spoon, barely. That's what you want. It's ready. We can add our cheese now. Alright, so now don't add your cheese too fast. I'm going to add some in right now. It's about half of it. You don't want to add too much because then it'll become clumpy. So you keep stirring it until the cheese has melted fully. You just keep stirring it until it's melted fully in the sauce. See? Now you can tell that it's melted fully because it's just coming off. It's not stringy or anything. It's perfect. Now we can add more cheese to it. Make sure it's still bubbling a little bit. You don't want it too high of a simmer, because if it's too high, it will burn to the bottom of the pot. Now add more cheese slowly into it. And just keep stirring it in for every time you do it. Pull it out, and it's not stringy. It's fine. So we can add more cheese to it. We add the rest of our cheddar cheese to it. And you guys can use any cheddar cheese. I just like the sharp cheddar cheese we have around here, so that's what I use. You guys can use regular cheddar cheese, it's fine. And mine's yellow. You can use it white to keep the sauce really white if you'd like. And look at that, guys. That is beautiful. It came out amazing. Now, another thing you need to do is you have to taste your sauce, because we're going to have to add salt and pepper to this, definitely. But make sure you try it, because some cheeses are a little more saltier than others. So make sure you try it. And really turn down your heat so it doesn't burn to the bottom. Wow. This tastes really good, guys. So it needs salt, definitely, and it needs pepper. Now, when you're making a white sauce, you should always use white pepper. But here in my house, I don't have white pepper because it does cost more. That's why I usually don't keep it around. And I don't use it a lot. So I'm just going to use black pepper. Added my salt and pepper. And this is why I really don't like using black pepper. It just doesn't look as good. Now let's try our sauce. Wow. That tastes amazing, guys. It is ready for anything. This sauce can be used for shrimp Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, anything that requires a cheese sauce, you can use this in. So it's ready. You just turn it off. You can put it in the fridge and use it for something later. And when you bring it out, it might thicken up a little more in the fridge. It's okay. Put it on the stove. Keep a stir on it. Don't bring it up too high. And it'll be ready for you to use for the next day. And that's it, guys. So use it on whatever kind of food you want to use it in. Alright, guys, that is how you make your Alfredo sauce. Now you can put that on the chicken cordon bleu if you would like to, and that will be right there. Please click on that, check it out. And if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're stopping in for the first time, please hit the subscribe button right there. And you guys have an awesome day.